November 2021, 10 participants started a thought-provoking journey when they joined the Sustainable Nutrition for Climate Action project, more popularly known as Healing is in the Pot. Healing is in the Pot was designed through the lens of action research and learning, bringing a participatory and collaborative approach to what could have been a traditional top-down educational experience.
I thought there would be tutors teaching us in classrooms and maybe exams or tests to write about what we have learned. It was not like that. It was like a family meeting, talking about things you want to understand. There was no pressure. It was a relief. It was giving and getting.
Action learning is a cycle of planning, doing, observing, and reflecting to solve problems. For Healing is in the Pot, this method was used on 2 levels. The first level was the way the participants engaged with climate change and human health problems that surfaced during the course. The second level was how the course was practically managed as it unfolded. The course was run over 7 formal sessions. Each session included information sharing in the form of videos, PowerPoints, and guest speakers, but also experiential activities like games, debates, scientific experiments, group and individual tasks.
Also, another thing that I'm realizing about this whole research project is that it was full of so much activity. Because I remember almost touching the thing and they're like, dude, you are going to burn. And I'm like, no, there's no way. But when I put my hand inside, I could realize if I did touch that with my hands, I will burn. Because one would never think that the sun and some mirror thing going on would literally cook, you know.
One of the most popular experimental tasks was the take-home activity of recipe testing. Participants were given a recipe linked to the theme of the lesson, as well as the ingredients, which they would take home and make for their families and friends.
When I cooked my butternut curry, they love that very much. Older and the younger. They say, well, it tastes as if you're about to find the meat. It's like it's there, go on, you're about to find it. Until you finish the whole thing, the meat is not there. So that I like that comment.
The participants would record their families' reactions to the food in videos, pictures, and comments, and would write down their own thoughts in their reflection notebook.
This is Lisha, your chef today. Today I'm making the mushroom walnut and lentil bolognese.
So we have arrived at our neighbour's house and Matt is handing over this
what is this?
delicious meal. Blackjacks with mushrooms and jungo beans with some tomato and onion relish. Enjoy.
This looks amazing, thank you.
This allowed for healthy, reflexive discussion when they arrived at the next session, where the group could talk about what they had liked, disliked, what had meaning for them, and what didn't.
I did not like it. I honestly did not.
An integral part of the Healing is in the Pot course was the WhatsApp group. The WhatsApp group allowed for the merging of action learning across the 2 levels of participant engagement and practical management. And anything related to what was being co-created would seamlessly flow to issues like transport to get to the course, various problems in people's lives, sick relatives, and even work clashes.
As part of our project was to try and be as reflexive as possible, and in that it really helped us from a project management perspective as well. For an example, one of the tasks that all our participants had to do was to go home and try and test a recipe. And initially we thought that the group would be able to develop their own recipe. They actually said to us, rather you give us the recipe to try and then we'll validate it and we'll ad lib as needed. So that really worked well. One of our participants had a baby, and even though we knew that she was going to have a baby, she was quite determined that she wasn't going to miss out on the sessions because she was enjoying it so much. So we said to her, fantastic, we'll come and pick you up, and just to make it easier for you, we'll bring in a babysitter. And then we also had our reflection books. The idea was that for our participants to fill those in quite soon after our sessions, and people wouldn't always do that. So we said to them, please, just can you do it? And then once you've done it, send us the photos of that reflection and writing to us, instead of us having to wait to get the book on the next time.
This was an illustration of the reality of education for sustainable futures. Without honest communication and a trusting relationship between participants and researchers, many of the participants would not have been able to complete the course. To truly transform education for sustainable futures, Adopting a reflexive and adaptable approach that allows holding of space for the collective character of the group is without a doubt an important part of project success.